Welcome to German History with a German accent. My name is Wolf, W-O-L-F, just like the animal, and in today's video I'm speaking about Erich Honecker. As always, if you enjoy these videos, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to drop me a comment below. Erich Ernst Paul Honecker was born on August 25th, 1912 in Neukirchen in the Saar region, as son of Wilhelm Honecker and Caroline Katharina Weidenhof, as one of 6 children. Before he turned 10 years old, he joined the youth group of the Communist Party of Germany, the Young Communist League of Germany. After Honecker finished school at the age of 13, he was sent to a farm in Pomerania, northeast Germany, where he worked under good conditions for the next 2 years. Instead of accepting the offer to take over the farm, he took on an apprenticeship at his uncle's place to become a roofer. Before completing this apprenticeship, Erich Honecker went to Moscow in the year 1930 to attend International Lenin School. In August 1931, Honecker returned to Germany to take over a position in the Young Communist League of Germany. Since the Communist Party of Germany had been outlawed by the Nazis, like every other party besides their own in the year 1933, Honecker continued his work for the party in the underground. Living in the Saar region, that was still under the control of the League of Nations, he worked against a reunion with the German Reich, but despite their efforts, over 90% of the people in that region voted to rejoin Germany in the year 1935. In order to avoid being arrested, Honecker and other communists flew to the Netherlands and France. Yet in the same year, Erich Honecker returned to the German Reich to work in the resistance against the Nazis. In December 1935, he was arrested in Berlin by the Gestapo, and in June 1937, he was sentenced to 10 years in the Brandenburg-Gurden prison. This prison was liberated by the Red Army in April 1945. Soon after the war, Honecker was introduced to Walter Ulbricht, who would become the first secretary of the Socialist Unity Party of Germany. Since 1946, Honecker was serving in the party leadership and was also a co-founder of the Free German Youth, the communist youth organization in the German Democratic Republic. While serving his sentence, he met Charlotte Schauner, who worked in the prison. In December 1946, Erich Honecker secretly married her, but she passed away only half a year later. In 1950, he was nominated as candidate for the Politburo of the Central Committee in the Socialist Unity Party, and fully gained Walter Ulbricht's trust when he backed him during the unrest on June 17, 1953, where the East German citizens uprose against their government. During the 1950s, Erich Honecker was sent to Moscow to undergo some more political schooling, and he was allowed to attend the 20th Congress of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, where during a secret speech, Nikita Khrushchev announced the de-Stalinization. Upon his return, he took over security as well as military responsibilities in the Central Committee of the Socialist Unity Party. In this role, he became mainly responsible not only for building the Berlin Wall, but also for the order to shoot refugees whom attempted to flee towards West Berlin. In the year 1970, Walter Ulbricht tried to suspend Honecker from his positions due to their differences in economical policies. But with the help of the Soviets, this order was not only cancelled, but it also became possible for Erich Honecker to replace Walter Ulbricht. With the help of armed guards, Honecker made Walter Ulbricht write a letter of resignation. And on May 3, 1971, Erich Honecker replaced him as first secretary of the Socialist Unity Party and as chairman of the National Defense Council. In October 1976, Honecker also became the chairman of the State Council. Other than Walter Ulbricht, who was running the so-called new economic system, which replaced the initial 5-year plans and a strict central planned economy, Honecker's vision for the German Democratic Republic favored the economic system of socialism with the intention to raise salaries and the overall living standard for the East German citizens. The goal was that the higher living standards would ultimately result in higher productivity and therefore a stronger East German economy. However, this was not the case. The higher wages and bonuses were largely financed by international loans. Honecker handled bad economical news by shutting down the reporting institution for opinion polls. It is to say, though, that during his ruling, the German Basic Treaty was established, in which both German states recognized each other as sovereign. The German Democratic Republic also became a member of the United Nations Organization, and the German Democratic Republic also participated in the Conference on Security and Cooperation in Europe in the year 1975. Erich Honecker's downfall began after Mikhail Gorbachev, as General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, declared the perestroika and the glasnost, which translates to restructure and openness. Honecker disliked these policies and fought against them in his country. He even went so far to ensure that Soviet texts that included language of perestroika could not be published or sold in East Germany. In July 1989, he also became ill with gallbladder problems. While being treated, it was found out that he also suffered from cancer, which the physicians were too afraid to tell him about. During the same time, protests against the East German government increased rapidly. During the Monday demonstrations, hundreds of thousands of people went on the streets. Tens of thousands of people left the German Democratic Republic through other countries that had their borders open to West Germany, for example, Czechoslovakia or Bulgaria. With the support of the army, the Ministry of State Security, and with the blessing of Mikhail Gorbachev, Egon Krenz was able to replace Erich Honecker on October 18, 1989. In the aftermath, Erich Honecker was investigated for abusing his powers in office and corruption. He was also kicked out of the Socialist Unity Party, and while being in the Soviet military hospital in Belitz, the reunited Germany issued an arrest warrant for him due to the shooting orders he gave at the inner German border. Erich Honecker, together with his wife, was brought out of the country by a Soviet military aircraft. They remained in Moscow until December 1991, when the newly Russian president, Boris Yeltsin, informed the Honecker family that they had to leave the country or else they would be handed over to German authorities. They spent about 8 months in the Chilean embassy before his wife was flown out to Chile, but Erich Honecker was handed over to German authorities. A trial against him was abandoned due to his medical condition. He was suffering from terminal liver cancer. The abandonment of his trial sparked protests amongst former citizens of the German Democratic Republic. After the warrants against him were also withdrawn, Erich Honecker left for Chile, where he died on May 29, 1994. Up until the end, he remained a convinced communist. Thank you so much for watching.